probably something you don't know about your emotions and how they affect your body. There is a mind and body connection. Whatever we're thinking and feeling for long periods of time can manifest and affect our body and our health. In 2020, I got sick out of nowhere, so I became super curious about spiritual and emotional meanings behind diseases, especially for me, things like lupus and kidney disease. According to traditional Chinese medicine, every organ corresponds with a certain emotion. So diseases usually stem from long-term imbalances with these emotions. So it's not that it's having like any emotions, it's natural to have emotions, but what happens is if you repress emotions for a long period of time, or you're unconsciously affected by emotions over a long period of time, that it can affect your health. It's really interesting because I know as we get older, a lot of people are like, oh, we automatically get sick. But what if it's because as we get older, we've been suppressing the same emotions for such long periods of time that our body finally needs to unleash it in certain diseases or health issues? But let me not get off of topic right now, and let's talk about what organs affect what emotions, or what emotions affect what organs. So first we have our lungs and our large intestine, which is affected by grief and depression. And this can be caused by any sort of loss, because when grief is unresolved, it can lead to depression and your inability to let things go. And this in turn can affect your lungs and also your oxygen circulation. Next, we have the kidneys and bladder, and this is affected by the emotion of fear. And it's really normal to have fear, but it becomes chronic when we actually ignore our fears. So these kidney issues might come about with fear surrounding changing your life situation or currently living in an unstable living condition. So the next one, the spleen and the stomach are affected by worry and nervousness. Overthinking too much and worrying too much, and also insecurities, can weaken your ability to digest. When we're anxious, we sometimes find certain life situations or experiences really hard to digest and to accept. With a weakened spleen, you might have stubborn weight problems. Next, we have the liver and gallbladder, and that's affected by anger and frustration. It's basically when you spend too much energy in excess, in anger and frustration, that affects your liver and actually causes further damage. And of course, your lifestyle is already doing that too. Lastly, we have our heart and small intestine, and that's affected by joy and happiness. When we lack joy, our heart suffers. We can feel stuck and mentally chaotic and have a hard time sleeping. So those were the emotions and how they affect your organs according to traditional Chinese medicine. I hope that helps somebody, but this is something that I've learned, and it's important to change your lifestyle and health, but it's also to work on your emotions. So I always tell people never to suppress your emotions.